Hello everybody, hope you're well. Well, I'm pleased to say BLUETTI have done it yet again. This is another power pack from BLUETTI, but this is part of their Elite range. This is the Elite 30 V2, and like the other ones in their range, the Elite and the Apex, this again is super impressive. They've packed so much into this small unit. The power that you can get out of this for a small unit like this is incredible. The physical size of it, the format of where everything is brilliant, and these are at an amazing price. We recently reviewed the Elite 100 V2, which is incredible, absolutely incredible piece of kit, and this is just another in those new ranges. BLUETTI are really pushing it out at the moment, and these little power stations are all sizes that they're coming out in the Elite and the Apex range are just incredible. They're incredible for functionality and they're incredible for price. Now, I haven't done anything with this. I've just unboxed it, charged it up, and we're going to do some tests in this video. But before we get into that, let's have a look at it and let's have a look at some of the specs. I nearly forgot to say, due to BLUETTI supporting this channel, and particularly Juliet from BLUETTI, we've got one of these to give away, and they're going to hold on to it and they're going to ship it to the winner. So if you want to win one of these, keep an eye on the video and we'll tell you how to win one. And we're going to do this one a little bit different, so do watch the full video to how to enter. What do you get in the box? Well, that's the box, that's the power unit. You get your instruction manual and a code to scan to get the app, and this uses the standard BLUETTI app, which is very good. The instructions are very good. You can buy separately a solar lead and a battery, lead acid battery charging lead with crocodile clips on, but in the box you get a power lead, just the standard kettle lead. Somebody keeps asking me what these are. These are ferrite coils, and it reduces the frequency given off by any power supply, so you see a lot of these on different devices. You'll get a cigarette lighter charging lead, which goes in here. You get a little screw in case you want to put the earthing lead on, and that fits in there, which you can put to your chassis or down to the ground, a stake in the ground, and this is where the mains charging lead goes in there. Plastic display on this one. You can pause this and have a look at all the different things that comes up on there, and of course everything works off the app as well, and it's their standard BLUETTI app, which is very useful. More specs there again if you want to pause it. I think we've put most of these at the bottom of the video anyhow. And you get your warranty card, and it's 60 months, which is 5 years. On the unit itself, these are your inputs for your DC. PV is for solar panels. You won't be able to use this on a Charger 1 system. The voltage will be okay, but it only goes up to 200 watts, and as a Charger 1 system bungs out 500 watts, it won't work on this one. But you can use the cigarette chargers we've shown, or solar panels from 12 to 28 volts, maximum 10 amps and maximum 200 watts. That's the standard traditional cigarette socket. These little barrel connectors, I keep saying we don't use them much in the UK, but people keep commenting and saying, oh, I use it for this, I use it for that. These are 12 volt 8 amp, so that's 12 volt 10 amp. These are slightly smaller but barrel connectors, and you can put anything in there for 12 volts that will work up to that voltage and ampage and run them off there. A lot of LED lights are used for that. USB-C 140 watt output, super fast charging there. USB-A 15 watt, USB-A 15 watt, USB-C 100 watt. And to switch it on, one button press, you get all the displays on there, DC on there and off, and that obviously switches this section on here and your AC on and off. And this will tell you how much it's taking, how much it's putting in if you've got solar or mains plugged into it, or your cigarette socket, how much it's using and how long it'll last for that. And as well as the percentage, it'll tell you in time, and then this little thing cuts down in segments. I've got it in eco mode, and I've also got it in power lift and in turbo charge as well for charging. So there's different charging settings. You can press these buttons in and alter all the different settings on here. You don't have to use the app, but it's a lot easier on the app. The instructions how to do it with these buttons are in the instruction book if you want to do it that way. And just one 3-pin socket if you're in the UK. Square, fit in a cupboard, no problem, and a hidden handle at the back. Thing with this, what I want to try, and I haven't tried it yet, we're going to do it in this video, is though that this is 600 watt, this has the power lift system in there as well. So I want to see if we can make a cup of tea with my kettle out the camper van, and I want to see if we can use the toaster as well, because I think on the power lift it'll do it. So the capacity is 600 watts, and then we have 288 watt hours. This power lift that's built into this and from any other units drops the voltage and ups the amps, which confuses some of the products. So the kettle and the toaster should work fine on this, all being well. It's a pure sine wave inverter, or sound wave inverter as you used to call it when I was working in electronics. And that's the frequency and how smooth the frequency is of the power supply from alternating current. So basically the signal goes like this, or the frequency goes up and down like a wave, and it wants to be nice and smooth. At the top is positive, at the bottom is negative. So this inverter built into this is super safe because it's a pure sine wave, or sound wave as you used to call it, inverter, which means this is safe for sensitive equipment like computers, etc. My camper van toaster, and on there it says, there it is, power 700 watts. So realistically, this shouldn't power this. This has an overcapacity in it, so if there's a product that needs more power, it's probably twice as much as the 600 watts to initially start it. But this draws 700 watts all the time. So we're using the power lift system in this. So I brought some crumpets, or pikelets if you're from Yorkshire. We'll put a couple of them in the toaster and see what happens. This does work because that's my lunch. So we'll switch the unit on, switch the AC on, and we'll turn this on full because we want them well done. It's on, they're both in there. And if you look at that, this is the output, and we're under 600 watts. So this is used, that's the symbol for the power lift, the like folded arm, showing the muscle. And it's keeping the power under 600 watts, but this is definitely working. We'll leave that. It reckons it can power that for 0.4 hours. This is only a small unit really to power something like this. Look at it, it's almost the same size as my toaster. I keep asking, have I updated the system that I was talking about when I was reviewing other products? No, we've still got the original AC 200 Max and its backup battery there, and the fantastic charger one. It just works so well. I do have the other product at home and I might change it, but it's just so efficient. I think that will probably do it. I've even brought a little tub of butter. Look at that. Smells as good as it looks. My kettle, and that does run at 600 watts, so that should be fine. Kettle's running. So we can make some toast or pikelets or crumpets or whatever you want to call them, and boil a kettle to have a drink out of that super small cute little unit. Kettle's just coming to the boil. And we're down to 66%. So I think it's pretty incredible considering that is 700 watts. That's 600 watts. By the way, they didn't last long. Coped with those two products, no problem whatsoever. I think most of the time a power unit like this will get used for this type of stuff. Running laptops, charging your phone, and certainly if you're into YouTube or photography, charging all the batteries, that forever running out. If you're a YouTuber, you're constantly charging batteries for that lot. And that's an ideal size for it. Still using my BLUETTI rucksack as my camera bag. And that has its own power system that fits in it as well. A couple of other things this might get used for as well is when people go fishing. If you do carp fishing or that, you can plug all your gear into this, keep everything charged up. Or if you go metal detecting, to charge your metal detector, or for e-bikes, charging up your e-bikes as well. So you can actually do through charging with this as well. So it's got uninterrupted power supply and it will switch over in 10 milliseconds. So if you have a piece of medical equipment or something you need to keep the power on without interrupting it, you plug this into the mains and the piece of equipment into the main socket of this unit, and if the mains power goes off, this switches over so quick it won't interrupt the actual unit working. Let's show you the app. That sound, by the way, is the fan on my laptop, not from that. So this is the app. You can do it through the internet or you can do it through Bluetooth. So that's the one I've got it linked to. And that's the unit actually running at the moment. And it's a real good simple app. So it tells you how much is coming in from the grid, how much is coming in from DC, the percentage of charge you get and how much is going out. So my AC to my laptop is pulling 107 watts. My charge to my phone is just pulling 8 watts, and you can switch those on and off from the app, like so. If you do this through the internet, you can actually log into it anywhere, and you can do all your software updates and all your information and all your power lift settings. So for charging, there's different charging settings on this. You can have silent, you can have the standard, or you can have the turbo. And the main difference with this is that more power goes into the turbos, so the actual fans run on the power unit more. Power lift's on, that's the power lift mode. Eco mode, how long you want your screen time on, your software updates. And this, I think this is probably one of the best apps for a power pack. It's just so straightforward and easy to use, and as I say, it can be used through the internet or you can use it through Bluetooth as well. And all of BLUETTI use the same app. So if you'd like to win one of these, it's a slightly different process this time. As a thank you to Juliet, you need to leave the words in the comments of this one, "Thanks Juliet," like this in the text below. And we'll scan through that randomly like we normally do. We'll randomly pick somebody out. We'll check you're a subscriber, check you that you're in the UK, and we'll send that information off to Juliet. And Juliet will contact you and send you a brand new one of these out in the post. And in a future video, in a few weeks' time, we'll do a giveaway results video. So you need to keep a lookout for that. And in that one, we'll announce all the giveaways we've done over that period of time. And we'll show the clips of the winners. We'll communicate through my email address, onemanandhiswhippet@gmail.com. If anybody else contacts you in any way, it's just a scam. We don't ask for any money, anything else. We only communicate through that process. Thanks a lot, Juliet, for your constant support, and BLUETTI, really appreciate it. Fantastic company to work with, and I'm pleased you've got your own team and not using a third-party company, because it makes life so much easier to get the information and the specifications all about these fantastic products. That just leaves me to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.